Hello. I hope you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If I need to make it louder, just let me know. Hello. I've turned it up a whole lot here. I want to make sure it's loud enough. That's my goal there. Let me change my. I was having to duck down to see. Just let me know, thumbs up if you can hear me good. I don't want you to miss anything. This is going to be a short and sweet one because tomorrow Joe's going to be on here with me and we're going to slam it. But okay. So we got a thumbs up. So everybody knows Ronald Johnson, our wonderful school board member, has done his meeting for his name clearing. Now, if you want to watch it, we'll watch part of it, not all of it, just some of it. I just want to get into it a little bit. I think my microphone's too hot. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to get into it. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch part of it. And let me tell you what sparked this. What sparked this was I was at the polls and I asked a lady and the gentleman with her. And she's probably watching tonight. But I asked her, I said, would you like a card, Marshburn for Sheriff, write-in? She tells me, okay, is my microphone too hot now? Or is it good? I don't see anything here. Okay, so I asked her, did she want a card? And she tells me, no chance in hell. That's right, Brazen. And I said, you sure? Why not? So she turns around and comes back to me. And we get to talking. She says, why are you going after Ronald Johnson and Steve Bizzle? I said, well, for one, Ronald Johnson is a liar, a narcissist, and he's not good for this county. Steve Bizzle, he is a cheater on his wife multiple times. He's hidden money to fatten his pockets from the sheriff's department. Still will not give the proof or give the paperwork. And he has financed an abortion that he got the woman pregnant. He lies to the county. He treats his employees like dog crap, racist. What else do you want me to say? I mean, I could keep going on and on and on and on and on and giving all this information, but does it matter? Because it's like she went, she said that I was lying, that it's not true. And I'm like, it is true. Well, all these kids love Ronald Johnson. and all his students pulled together for him. And I wasn't in the mood at that point in time to talk about this, but since she brought it up, I said, well, isn't that strange? We have proof. We have the audio tapes. And then the next thing she says is, people make mistakes. Okay, so if we don't care about all these other things that are happening, what does that say about the character of the person? Come on. I mean, okay, I understand people make mistakes, but you don't make the mistake over and over and over and over and over again and say, oh, it's just a mistake. It's like Dale Lance. Felony after felony after felony, but he'll tell you he only has one. But that's not true. As we can see, we see multiple felonies over the years. So when you keep repeating it, there's either two things. One, you haven't learned your lesson, or number two, you're insane. That is, it baffles me that Johnston County, the citizens of Johnston County, a lot of them don't care. And then the next statement was, well, he didn't use county resources. Oh my God. Talking about Steve. I'm like, how is it not using county resources when you actually use a deputy by telling them, go over here, work over here, get other deputies to watch to make sure this person doesn't come back home so you can go over there and have your way with his wife in his room, in his bed, in his house. Come on. So I saw a guy today, and he didn't know I was standing there, but Joey Marie said, Marshburn for sheriff. He said, no, not Marshburn. Why? You don't know me. Some people will say, well, I'm related to Steve. Well, if you're related to Steve, then you should know. But it's not stuff I'm making up. I mean, it's stuff that's true. How do we fix this? We fix it by voting and getting these sorry SOBs out of here. We fix it. That's the only way we can fix it. So, I'm getting into my point here. Anyway, it was good we had that conversation because it didn't matter what I said. It wasn't going to change the mind. Wasn't going to change it. And that's okay. But I've got proof. And I'm going to assist in that proof because that really got me pumped up again. And then when I saw this name clearing hearing, or whatever they want to call it, that really got me pumped up because it's full of lies. Lies, lies, lies. And we are going to show it. Every time, Ronald doesn't realize this, but every time he gets on camera, and every time he gets on audio recording, and every time he makes a public statement, he's making an idiot out of himself. And I'm going to tell the truth, whether he likes it or not. He is a public figure, so get used to it. If I don't win the election, do y'all honestly think I'm going to stop on Steve? No. I am going to destroy his legacy that he has been so careful to hide while he's been in that sheriff's office. Why? It's not because he'll beat me in the election. No, I was doing this before that. Reason why is because I want people to see and know that for 24 years you have been putting a SOB, sorry son of a B, in an office that he has had so much power and so much abuse on everyone in that office, firing people just because he don't like them or they have some political viewpoint. If they have education, he doesn't like that either because he has none. and abusing the females, his bizzle beauties, as he likes to call them. So, yeah, why not? And I'm not done there. I'm going over into the commissioner's office. I'm going to go over there and start in there too. Why? Because do dirty, you're going to get dirty. You should have brought that out. You should have confronted it. I mean, if you're not going to confront it, geez, man, what do you expect? People going to know. People going to think, hey, well, I guess it is what it is. But I guess people don't care, right? Well, we do care. There are a lot of Christian people still here that, yeah, there is forgiveness, but when you commit adultery over and over and over and over again, with Ronald, it's easy. He just gets on podcast or goes in front of the public and has it recorded and lies blatantly right to the people. So let's get into it.
Employee from 2000. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Ronald Johnson. I'm formerly a detective with the Smithfield Police Department. I was employed from 2005 until 2000.
If y'all can't hear it, let me know.
I was recently terminated for the following reasons. Section 37B of the town handbook, which indicates that I brought a negative light to the police department by my outside activities, specifically through the Johnston County Board of Education. Also, Section 201 regarding standards of officers' conduct outside of my regular working hours, and obtaining a 50C order instead of a 50B protection order. Also, I was told I engaged in detrimental conduct based on harassment regarding an individual's gender in an event that occurred while I was off duty, not working for the Smithfield Police Department. Now I'll begin with a little bit of factual basis regarding the investigation. On June 29, 2022, I was issued a notice of an administrative investigation which stated I was being investigated for the following: to determine if I used department equipment to investigate people for the furtherance of my political career and in the commission of an extramarital affair in violation of departmental policy. No evidence was ever found to prove that I did any of this. After being on administrative investigation for a month and no action was taken against me, I then reported Chief Powell's malfeasance. And I say these examples to give context to the future events that are to come. Examples of Chief Powell's past poor judgment.
Now, I'm going to pause it right there because I want to just go back just for a second and play part of that back again. I wish I'd have paused it.
From 2000.
Here we go.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Ronald Johnson. I'm formerly a detective with the Smithfield Police Department. I was employed from 2005 until 2022. I was recently terminated for the following reasons.
Now he's going to give an explanation of the following reasons, and then I'm going to pause it and explain it.
Section 37B of the town handbook, which indicates that I brought a negative light to the police department by my outside activities.
He justifies his actions by outside activity. It's not outside the activity. You were doing this while you were on the police department. You don't remember taking your patrol car, your undercover car, your detective car over there to the Mayflower, rolling your windows down, getting out, getting in the girl's car, having your little soiree, then getting out and getting back in your car and then continuing on with duty? Oh, I guess you were on lunch break, right? But the citizens of Smithfield were paying for that. Let's listen on.
Specifically through the Johnston County Board of Education. Also, Section 201 regarding standards of officers' conduct outside.
Standards of officers' conduct. I mean, this officer has to go and get on the stand. Do you not realize that a defense attorney will totally destroy him for the actions he's done?
Of my regular working hours and obtaining a 50C order instead of a 50B protection order. Also, I was told I engaged in detrimental conduct based on harassment regarding an individual's gender in an event that occurred while I was off duty, not working for the Smithfield Police Department.
Now, he wants to stress to you guys that he is off duty. When you take that oath, you're a police officer 24/7. Your character, your poise, everything is 24/7. So he wants to stress to you guys, this has nothing to do with work, has all to do with a private affair. Well, sort of. Okay, so now he's given all these excuses. He fails to mention the first thing in the policy handbook. Town of Smithfield is a free at will hiring agency and firing. Hiring and firing. So they could have fired you just because they didn't like your haircut. They could fire you just for they don't even have to have a reason. But you did give a negative light on the police department, excuse me.
Now I'll begin with a little bit of factual basis regarding
Factual basis. That's what he said.
On June 29, 2022, I was issued a notice of an administrative investigation which stated I was being investigated for the following: to determine if I used department equipment to investigate people for the furtherance of my political career and in the commission of an extramarital affair in violation of departmental policy. No evidence was ever found to prove that I did any of this.
Can you believe what he just said? There was no proof that I had done any of this. Oh my God. So you're just going to say, hey, they investigated for months and didn't find anything. You are such a pathetic, pathological liar. How can you sit in front of those people and lie to them? Oh, wait. Let's see how you can. All of them are the ones that you have surrounded yourself with, CAG groups, candidates that are going to let you in his chair if they get voted in, friends, even the one that even started this, old Rick Walker. He's right over there on the side with you. But we'll get to that later.
After being on administrative investigation for a month and no action was taken against me, I then reported Chief Powell's malfeasance.
Okay, he says he reported Chief Powell's malfeasance. Who'd you report it to, Ronald? Did you report it to the SBI like you did all this other stuff that you made up on other people, like the ex-school board attorney? Did you report it to the SBI like you did when you tried to go after Bennett Jones by using the people out of Cleveland school area, the coach out there, the principal, all those people, and then getting a FERPA violation paper and then going and trying to attack Bennett Jones? And then, you know, God knows it, this dude is just so insane. Also, let's not forget old Miss Carolyn Miss Carolyn, that you were using to do certain things out here to different people. Let's not forget her, because if I'm not mistaken, when she was asked to come in for questioning, she took a leave of absence, and then was seen over here at the airport with you so you could go make your videos. We got a photo of it. So tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm telling a lie. Tell me I'm telling a lie on all this stuff, because, dude, you are a liar. Jesus, I hope people see this.
And I say these examples to give context to the future.
You say them
events that are
because
coming.
this is about your hearing, not
Examples
theirs.
of Chief Powell's past poor judgment include the following: sending text messages about me regarding a local news reporter for Joker Report, Mickey Lamb, indicating that he was a snake and that he was working for political candidates against me. Chief Powell sent text messages to me while I was on duty requesting political signs. He refused to follow up on allegations and evidence that I provided to him regarding blackmail and prostitution involving a then-sitting county commissioner accused of solicitation of prostitution.
Wait a minute, Ronald. Weren't you doing the blackmailing? Weren't you setting the females up for that? That's called entrapment, Ronald. Something you did very often in that police department, didn't you? Just saying. You should know better than that.
Chief Powell encouraged me to be responsive to my supervisors. I reported that Lieutenant West approached me while on duty in an attempt to get his wife a position with Johnston County Public Schools. We discussed money and scheduling regarding that position. Chief Powell encouraged me to be responsive to Tim Kerrigan, the HR director for the town of Smithfield, who I had to meet with on several occasions regarding disciplinary issues and pay raises.
Wait a minute, pay raises? You mean all the people that got pay raises that was 5,000, stuff like that, but you advocated for Miss Carolyn to get 10,000. Why? Because she didn't get a lawsuit based off of your plan to set up the old school board attorney. So you made it sure that you got her $10,000 raise.
I had text messages with Tim Kerrigan involving the employment of his wife with Johnston County Public Schools. Also, I have emails where HR Director Tim Kerrigan is trying to use me as a caveat or a segue to get meetings with the superintendent to approve town initiatives and to have joint ventures, financial ventures, and working together with Johnston County Public Schools.
Ronald, I got some news for you. I wouldn't use you as a doormat.
Chief Powell has made public statements in front of other officers indicating that I am in a sexual relationship with multiple male subjects.
Now, notice his face, his expression, and he brings people in this that have no business having their name mentioned in this. But he does this another way for him to connive to get people behind him so they think they have something but don't fall for it, which I know Craig Olive's not going to fall for it. Craig Olive is a smart man. Craig Olive actually has done the best within the county that I have seen so far as getting things organized and right over the years. He hasn't used that office as his personal use. But to bring him into it is wrong, Ronald. And you're going to make an enemy and that's an enemy you don't want.
One being the Register of Deeds, Craig Otto, and two being two unknown individuals by the name of Jeff and Dean, presumably acquaintances of Craig Otto. He's made public statements in front of other employees that I'm the father of a former employee, Jessica Zavala.
Can you get a woman pregnant if you don't like to go raw but nothing at all? When you need protection all the time, that's all you want to do, I don't think you can get anybody pregnant like that. I'm just thinking out loud.
And has made an uncomfortable working environment for me and Ms. Zavala. Ms. Zavala is aware of my complaint and has also tried to lodge her own complaint in which she never received any return phone calls. Chief Powell has accused me and made public statements that I was having sex with other officers' wives, which is completely untrue.
Is he in a dream world? I believe I said that Steve Bizzle was having affairs with other officers' wives. Not him, but he's saying the chief is saying this. He's going to have to show this proof. I'm pretty confident. I can't wait. But I want y'all to notice in the audience. Y'all notice several things? Well, these are all people for Ronald. CAG. But the man in the bottom right hand, that's the investigator. And he's making notes. I hope he made some good ones. If he didn't, I got some.
Two of those officers are no longer employed with the Smithville Police Department, but this created an extremely hostile work environment for me, an unsafe working environment at times.
How are you unsafe? You roll your windows down on your car to go have sex with somebody while you're on duty, but you're unsafe.
After one of these females was the victim of domestic violence, she came to me. I followed protocol and contacted Chief Powell, to which he began the rumor that I was in an extramarital affair with this lady.
You were in an extramarital affair.
Chief Powell took no action with regards to a supervisor who was known to have been photographed naked with his police uniform in the background of the picture.
What? Where'd that come from? So, you got that picture? I just want y'all to see something. This is a hearing to clear his name. But he wants to use this as a platform to bring out bullshit that he's making up. Does it sound, is something not sounding right here to you guys? But this is a narcissist.
I say all that to say this. I've been the victim of harassment online and in many different other venues. Questioning my sexuality, calling me a bisexual porn star, and this language and this rhetoric is solely rooted in the comments being made for the past 5 years by Chief Powell.
Negative, Ghost Rider. I believe it was me. I said it. Bisexual porn star. I got it on my Facebook page. You want to see it? We can pull it up again. I did that because of things I know about you, Ronald. But I'm going to play on and we'll get to that.
The police department investigated this for months. And when they could not quantify any of the allegations. They changed gears and began searching for anything that they could use to terminate my employment with the town of Smithfield.
They didn't need anything, Ronald, you dumbass. It's an at-will state. What do you not get about that? I guess about the same thing as the 50C and the 50B. You just going to give an excuse of why you didn't know, right? Shuffle those papers. You might find something.
Finally, on October 5th, Chief Powell made the recommendation that I be terminated for reasons which he told me he was investigating. Reason number one, again, he determined that I misrepresented facts to obtain a 50C order. He never told me what facts I misrepresented to obtain that 50C order. He said I should have known that the correct protection order was a 50B instead of a 50C, even though he knows that the protective orders are not criminal in nature, but civil, and as a police officer in North Carolina, you can't serve civil paperwork. I have never had any involvement with 50C or 50B protection orders throughout my 17-year career. He himself and Lieutenant West rushed me to get a protection order against a female. I had less than 12 hours to obtain that protection order. My employment was conditional on me being able to carry a gun, and I would have been suspended if someone would have obtained a protection order against me. I was the subject of harassment.
Let me stop it right there. Guys, look. That is the worst excuse I have ever heard in my whole entire listening to this thing. So you mean tell me, Ronald, you have never arrested someone for violating a 50B or a 50C? In your 17 years, no one in Johnston County in Smithfield has violated a 50B or a 50C. You're an idiot. You are the biggest idiot. If you think people out here believe that bullshit, you're so full of shit. And you had 12 hours. The reason why, Ronald, let's just get it out there. The man over here, Rick Walker, that's sitting in this audience right here, that's standing behind you 100%, that said he wouldn't stand behind somebody if they were cheating on their wife, and he knew you weren't. He knew. He would know. He would know if you were. He vouched for you. And when I made that comment that she was going to get papers on you, what did you do? You went and filed a 50C. The reason why you didn't do a 50B is because you were having an affair. And this shows you that you're lying again. At the beginning, you said they had no proof. Well, then why is the 50C or the 50B an issue? Because 50C is when you're not in a relationship and never have been, not. And 50B is if you've been in a relationship. Even Angie knew this and filed one against you. But see, if you were smart and thought about it, oh, she ain't going to be able to do that anyway because I'm an elected official. So you forgot a judge back in the day made it harder for elected officials to get that. So your con plan backfired on you, and you were using Rick Walker to tell you what was going on in our little group, and it backfired on you. I'm sorry, I got my eyelash in my eye. So there again, another lie on top of another lie on top of another lie. So, let me play them.
And a fake news report came out that there was a protection order against me.
Wait a minute. a fake news report that there was a order against you. No, the man sitting over there in the audience is the one I told that she was going to get one on you, and he told you, and you had to go get that 50C real quick. Do I need to play the phone call again? I will tomorrow with the rest of the story.
Orchestrated by this young lady and one of the male individuals who has been the major harasser of me throughout this course of events.
Ronald, you can say my name, David Marshburn. Matter of fact, write in David Marshburn for sheriff if you want to really get there. Ronald, you need help. You need some major help. I didn't even know Angie at all. Never spoke to her when I made that phone call or when Rick Walker made his phone call to me. So, how do you think we're conspiring against you? I just want the corruption to end. And you, sir, are corrupt. And you've been caught. And you want to blame it on everybody else. Why would I come out on social media and report stuff like this that's not true? You forgot that when the civil suits come against you from the others around, not me, because I'm just reporting what I've been given. When you say I plead the fifth because you don't want to tell it, just know that the judge is going to instruct the jury. You can presume him as guilty for not wanting to answer it and pleading the fifth. Just go ahead and give you that right up front. You can say I plead the fifth, plead the fifth, plead the fifth, and then tell everybody, oh, they didn't have nothing against me, and I had no choice but to say I plead the fifth because I didn't know what to say. I mean, dude, you're an idiot. I'm going to make you look bad every time you turn around and do one of these stupid videos. I'm going to be right there to make you look even, I can't say stupider. That's not even a word. I'm going to make you look like an idiot. Every time you do something like this, you're using other people and bringing them into your drama. I even was told that you tried to bring the DA involved, that you were good friends with them, her and her fiance. That's a lie. So I guess when Donald Trump came to Selma, I guess you know Donald Trump, y'all boys too, right? Don't bring my name into it unless you want to. I mean, you could have said my name on here. It'd have been fine with me. I don't care.
The Sheriff's Department, again, not the town police department, serves and deals with protection orders. I've had no experience working with protection orders in my career.
Okay, there again, nobody's ever violated one. So I guess they have to wait for the sheriff's office to come to arrest someone for violating one. Doubt it.
Reason number two, he stated that my involvement with the school board brought a negative light to the town of Smithfield, and he said I was an employee of the school board, which I'm not. This is ironic since he's often encouraged me to use my influence as a school board member to help other employees with the town. Reason number three, he said my personal life impaired the operation of the department and made it inefficient and brought the town into disrepute. I had my evaluation for the last 2 years with the Smithfield Police Department, and I am ranked one of the highest performing master police officers in that department. I have received exemplary ratings, and I have done nothing but work overtime and go the extra mile for this police department and this town.
Let's go back on that. No. You were until you got caught. until you were exposed, and it took the Dave and Joe show to help expose it. And it took a brave woman to step forward and expose you. You are finished, Ronald Johnson. I don't know how in the world you thought bringing all these other people into your mess was going to do anything except for muddy the waters. That's what a good attorney does, but you're not an attorney, far from it. But you keep bringing people into your stupidity, your drama. We're done. We want y'all at the school board. You've already been fired, thank God. Okay, now we want y'all at the school board, and pretty much we want you gone. We don't want you here. There's more people that don't want you here than say they do. All those people in that audience, most of them, I'd say 90%, 95% of them are there because you told them you were having this hearing and you wanted them there for support. How about all those people you tried to rally up to get behind you at the school board meeting? That didn't happen either. It's about as many people as CAG can get at a whole meeting or the GOP. Because Daryl Mitchell has run that down to the ground along with Dale Lands. And then also you being associated with Dale Lands and as close as you are, you're not supposed to do that as a law enforcement officer as well, him having those felonies. Because it gives bad character to you. And if I need to show the video where you pulled up behind me, sat there, got out, went to the store, come back, and went over there, right over to his business, and went into that back area to have your little meeting, I sure can show it. You go over there for a personal issue, not because it's business related, you need fixing of your house or whatever. So, just lie after lie after lie. I'm only going to play just a few more minutes of this, and then we'll get to it.
After I appealed this action to Town Manager Michael Scott, Scott came up with more reasons to terminate me, which he had never told me in writing that were being investigated. He repeated that Chief Powell's reason that I should know the difference between a 50B and a 50C order, even though police officers do not have any involvement in these civil orders. The sheriff's office, again, not the town, serves the orders, and Chief Powell knew this, and Michael Scott should have known this. He said I should be terminated because I sent text messages to Jimmy Lawrence about a person who was a friend of mine, which Jimmy Lawrence shared in order to retaliate against me for exposing his sexual harassment of a school board employee when the school board refused to take any action to protect her.
Whoa. Another lie. One, you haven't brought proof. First thing, never brought proof. You can't bring proof because I guarantee you Carolyn's not going to lie on the stand for you. She might go over there and do a little podcast with you or be your moral support. She's not going to lie for you because guess what? She's going to go to jail too if she lies for you. All right, so number two, you continue to attack an attorney. That attorney can destroy you. He knows the law, you don't. Your attorney may know it, but I don't think your attorney wants to get into that mess anymore. I think he's about figured you out that you're full of shit. But the reason why you and Jimmy Lawrence were on a bad keel together was because Jimmy Lawrence received a report, a complaint on you for carrying your firearm in a school in Clayton. You did it illegally. Just because you have a badge doesn't give you the right to walk up into a schoolhouse. You wouldn't have done it in a federal building, I can tell you that. And you're not going to do it in another district. And I hope they bust your ass for that as well. Carrying a firearm on school grounds. I guess somebody needed to tell you that, right? Somebody needed to show you, I don't know the rules. But I guarantee you, before you did that 50C, I guarantee you Mary Wells, who is a well-known judge, would have questioned you about that and told you the difference if you didn't know. But I guess she didn't do her job, right? No, she does her job. Most people around here do their job. It's everybody else's fault but yours. But we'll continue on.
He said that because I was censored by the school board for text, I should be terminated. This has nothing to do with my employment with the town of Smithfield.
You were censored because you did sexual harassment. You stated you've known this female for years and y'all were good friends like brother and sister. But it's funny to me how I talked to the same person and that's far from the truth.
Chief Powell told me in the investigation that the school board has nothing to do with my employment. This is in a recording. He said the school board is the school board. We are concerned only with what you did at work while you were working. Yet everything in my termination letter is outside of my working schedule, and it has nothing to do with my employment with the Smithfield Police Department. I was terminated for Section 201, Standards of Conduct, because of the sexual encounter I had with another young lady outside of my marriage.
What? Okay, in the beginning, you said there was no proof of your extramarital affair. And then you just go and say, they terminated me because of my affair outside of my marriage. Yeah, it's called honesty, trust, dignity, morality.
I told Lieutenant West about this mistake in May. I went to him for help because I was being harassed. And I'll provide more information at a later date about that.
Oh, please do.
He told me that if I didn't have any sexual relationship with her while I was on duty, it would not be a problem. I spoke with him repeatedly about this throughout the course of May, all the way up until June when this investigation started. Again, he told me if nothing happened while I'm on duty, it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, Ronald. Something did happen on duty, didn't it? But you don't want to admit it. Dude, you're a detective. You should know all about this stuff. You should know that this stuff right here comes out and it has GPS and your vehicle had GPS. But that's okay, right? They don't have nothing. Hell, nothing's been done.
Chief Powell spent 3 months through Lieutenant West looking for reasons to terminate me.
They didn't even need that long. Remember now, you're not saying what they actually looked into as well. And your computer was mentioned on one item. Running tags when you're not supposed to. I think that goes to the SBI, doesn't it? Do you need it to go that far?
And he couldn't find anything, so he came up with the lame reasons given in his letter to Michael Scott.
Lame reasons. Adultery is not lame. Adultery shows your character. You're doing that on the job. You already got reprimanded for using your vehicle, the law enforcement's vehicle, to go to your Board of Education meetings, to go to other places instead of using it for work. Going home, coming back. Going home, coming back. You already been reprimanded for that, but you don't say nothing about it.
The letters they wrote prove that they kept looking and could never find anything to do with my actual job for terminating me.
There again, they did.
This entire investigation has been a witch hunt instigated by Jimmy Lawrence and directed by Keith Powell.
Nope. Jimmy Lawrence had nothing to do with this. You went after Jimmy Lawrence because Jimmy Lawrence had that gun issue on you, and he wasn't even going to do anything with it. Jimmy Lawrence left the school board. Hear this, people. Hear this loud and clear. And when it all comes out in the civil issue, Ronald will eat his words, Carolyn will eat her words, and a lot of other people will. Ronald has got y'all snowed so bad, I would hate to know that I'm a dumbass and I would believe what he says. Anything he says. If he told me it was raining, I'd have to go outside to see if it was raining before I believed him. Woo! Talking about followers. Talking about puppets. On a string. Get mad if you want to. Looks like what it is to me. So anyway. Oh, by the way, the police department did what they were supposed to, and that was investigate it. And they did an internal investigation. I mean, you were sitting there slamming your superiors, but expecting your job back? That's not going to happen. And I hope you realize that 17 years that you worked so hard for, right down the drain. You deserved it. For all the shit you put everybody else through in this whole county.
On or about July 7, 2022, Chief Powell met or spoke with Jimmy Lawrence, and according to Chief Powell, Jimmy Lawrence added a lot more to the investigation.
A lot more was the gun issue. But he wasn't going to do that. But when they go questioning people, they have to come out and tell the truth. Well, I'm gonna shorten it up right now because I don't want this to be too long, and we're coming on tomorrow with the other half and explain it all to you and show you where Ronald lies. It's just so, he circle jerks it. And when he says that I'm the reason why he's being harassed or whatever, I've hurt him by calling him a bisexual or whatever. What am I supposed to think here? Are kids listening to this? Anybody, if you got your kids listening, tell them to go away. They don't need to hear this. But I'm going to let people hear it. Now, I'm going to put my phone over here to the side so I don't get distracted. I want you to hear this, Ronald. And I'm going to flip over this. I want you to hear this, Ronald. Your sexual fetishes is what led to me and others to feel you may be bi. And if you are, that's okay. That's your preference. You winked at me at the school board meeting. But I don't swing that way, dude. I'll just say this for the people so they'll understand the context. I'm not a cannibal. If that makes sense. I'm not a cannibal. I don't like that stuff. And I should have a tattoo right here above my butt that says exit only. I don't like that. Don't even want to know what it feels like. So I'm not even going there. But you do. You like certain weird things like that. I don't. I'm not into that. And you may be. I don't know. I just know this. That stay in your lane, brother. And quit bringing people into your mess. Because that's not cool. Those people don't deserve being brought into your mess, so that way you can try and get them to come support you, so they'll think that you've got something that can help them when you don't have shit. That's what you've been doing this whole damn time. And I hope Craig Olive and everybody else you mentioned don't fall for that shit. That's all you are, is full of shit. You got Mr. Trey over here making videos for you, trying to show you in a good light. And I don't even see how that can even be possible. Because everything that you're saying, I can contradict with what I've got on this computer. What I've got in this external hard drive that I take with me everywhere I go. You are a failure as a person, period. And anyone that believes you are going to be so embarrassed that they followed you and they believe you. Steve Bizzle, the same thing. I've got him on audio tape. I've got you on audio tape. I didn't record this. You did. Somebody else did over there. Well, I'm sorry. It is what it is. The best thing for you to do is tuck your tail, leave, go get a job, and leave politics to grown-ups, adults. We don't want to play those games. We're not going to play those games. I'm bringing out the exposure of all this crap that you have brought into this school system and everything. It is what it is. You need help. You need psychological help. So, I hope I explained that, but tomorrow, Joe and I are going to come in and we're going to dissect the rest of it and bring you the actual proof stuff to counter everything Ronald's saying, so people can't say, you're lying, you're lying. I mean, damn, he gets on there and lies himself, and you can, okay, he first says, they had no proof. They have no proof. But then he admits having an affair. Come on, guys. Realistically, wake up. See the proof. This dude is certifiable narcissistic. I mean, he really, woo. And people follow him. Like, wash his feet too. You need to wash his mouth. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm not going to pray because I was told that I shouldn't say all these things and then turn around and pray, which I like praying. I love to pray. But this lady told me I should be ashamed of myself. No, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray. Nobody's going to stop me from being with me and God And if y'all want to bow your heads and do it with me, that's great. If you don't, turn me off. I'll be on tomorrow. Anyway, bow your heads. No peeking. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for an awesome day of getting it into people to say, hey, we need to go early vote. It was unbelievable today. It made a great showing of how people came out and did their civil duty. I ask that you put your hands on the sick and the terminally ill, and I pray that tomorrow will be a better day. It'll be a less tiresome day. I pray for all the sick, and I pray for all the ones that are like Ronald Johnson that just bring turmoil on all these families, and I pray for these families that have to go through all this stuff, and everyone who is brought into this turmoil and drama. Lord, I ask you to touch Ronald, to open his mind and close his mouth, because someone needs to reach out to him, to get to him, to make him understand that he just cannot lead his life this way and expect success. Lord, I pray in your name. Amen. Anyway, guys, good night.